Hey, how's it going, everybody? I'm Ryan Bristol, physical therapist, and in this video I wanted to talk about shoulder pain, the most common causes of shoulder pain, and the best exercises you can do for it. And to be specific, the 5 best exercises you can do right now to treat most common causes of shoulder pain, which would include rotator cuff tendonitis or even a rotator cuff tear, biceps tendonitis, any kind of inflammation, itis, capsulitis, frozen shoulder, or even impingement syndrome. And not to change the subject, but look at this beautiful day just outside of Waikiki, Hawaii. This is not a fake background. This is where I really live. Just want to brag about that a little bit. But anyways, back to shoulder pain. So 5 exercises you can do right now to treat most common causes of shoulder pain. You can do this routine for pretty much any cause of your shoulder pain, except if you're suspecting you have a fracture, like if you have a fracture to the top of the humerus bone, or if you dislocated your shoulder recently. And always talk to your doctor or local physical therapist before diving into any of these exercises. But here we go. So 5 best exercises you can do right now. 5 stretches to be specific. We're gonna hold every stretch for 30 seconds, okay? So the first one is just the cross body stretch. So you just pull your affected arm across your body like this until you feel a stretch on the side of the shoulder, and then you hold that for 30 seconds. Now the real recommendation is to do at least 3 sets of each stretch. So 3 sets, holding it for 30 seconds each time. Then once 30 seconds is over, you just take a real quick break, and then you do it again. So this is the first stretch, cross body. You should feel a stretch along the back and the side of the shoulder. Okay. This is a pretty common stretch. You've probably seen it or done it before. Now, the second stretch you can do is behind the back stretch. Some people like to use a long towel to hold on to. That's optional. So for the behind the back stretch, I personally don't really like using a towel. It's a little bit inconvenient, but it could be helpful for some. So all you have to do is put your involved arm behind your back like that. Okay. And then you're going to pull up with your other hand. So once your arm is behind your back, again, you hold it for 30 seconds, and you want to do at least 3 sets in a row. If I was using a towel, I would just hold the towel in my other hand, and it would go behind my back. And the towel would be like a lever or a pulley to get that arm up a little higher. That could be helpful if your arm is really stiff and you're struggling with it, so you can use that towel, but you might not need to, so it just look like this. And then you would hold that stretch for 30 seconds, do at least 3 sets. Okay, so now we're on the third stretch. And for the 3rd, 4th, and 5th stretch, all you need is a wall to do those stretches on. So the 3rd stretch we're going to do is for forward elevation like this, or shoulder flexion. If you have shoulder pain, it can be really painful and difficult to elevate your arm. So this stretch will help with that. You just come up to the wall, 2 hands, and then you're going to bow down from your chest. So it's going to look like this. Okay, hands up. And all you do is just drop your chest. The biggest mistake people do is they put their hands on the wall and they start to push against the wall. You don't want to do that, no pushing. You just want to keep your arms really relaxed, just resting on the wall, and then you're going to bow down from your chest, again holding it for 30 seconds. So I'll do another demonstration. Put your hands up. Okay. And that's the 3rd stretch for forward elevation. Now, you're just going to jump into the next 2. So the 4th stretch is to stretch out the front of the shoulder. So again, just grab that wall. You can have your hand like this, or just hold the corner. And then what you're going to do is you're just going to turn from your chest away like that. And you should feel a stretch on the front of your shoulder. Okay. Again, I'm just going to hold it for 30 seconds. I'm going to take a short break. And now you know you want to do at least 3 in a row, right? Okay, so next set. Okay, so that's for the front of the shoulder, or people call it anterior capsule stretch or a pec stretch, but that's the 4th stretch. Now just moving on to the 5th and final stretch, it's called a sleeper stretch. A lot of times it's taught to do in a lying down position, but lying down is good, but it's nice to also be able to do it standing, because when you're busy and on the go, it's hard to just drop down on the floor and stretch. So I'm going to do this stretch. It's called, again, sleeper stretch. It's going to help with internal rotation of the shoulder. All you need is a wall. I'm going to put my involved shoulder on the wall like this. Get that elbow up, so your elbow's in line with your shoulder. Yeah. And then you just slowly push down. And now you should feel your shoulder stretching along the back and side of the shoulder. So after, I'm not timing it right now, but let's just say 30 seconds is over, you take a little break. And you know how it goes, you want to do at least 3 in a row. So again, relaxing my shoulder on the wall, elbows up, and then I'm just going to push down. And I feel a good stretch mostly on the back of my shoulder and a little bit on the side here. Okay. And that's it. That's all 5 stretches. Okay, so now you learned the best 5 stretches you can do for pretty much any cause of shoulder pain, like all the tendinitises, impingement syndrome, rotator cuff stuff, biceps tendon. Just talk to your doctor if you're unsure. I wouldn't recommend doing those stretches if you think you have a fracture, if you recently dislocated your shoulder. So just to sum it all up, so stretch 1 was across the body. Stretch 2 was behind the back. And stretches 3, 4, and 5, you want to use a wall or a big door. So stretch 4 was hands up high and you bow down. The 4th one was for the front of your shoulder where you hold the wall as you turn. And the 5th and final one was the sleeper stretch where you rotate downwards. Let me know if you have any questions, especially if you have shoulder pain, you're not really sure what to do, and you're out here on YouTube or social media researching. Give it a try. Comment below if you have any questions and let me know what you thought of those stretches. And before I go, I just want to show you this awesome view of where I'm really at in Hawaii. Not too bad, right? All right, guys. See you next time.